The stretch and rake seen in this video is performed by a professional bike builder with access to a full shop of tools. If you don't have a working knowledge of welding and fabrication, don't try this at home. Take your bike to a professional.
Hi, I'm Nate from Maverick Publishing. We're here at Black Hills Choppers.
And I'm Sean from Empire Engineering of Sin City, Nevada. And we're here to cut and rake a neck to install a 23-inch front wheel.
The reason why we're doing this is to get the correct rake and trail so the bike will handle better than stock. Doing it with just the trees is not the proper way to do it.
Before we get started, Sean has to zero out his angle cube on the surface that the bike is sitting on, in this case a bike lift. Once the angle cube is zeroed out, he attaches it to the neck of the bike. Paying attention to the angle, he raises and lowers the bike until the angle cube reads roughly 26 degrees. Sean strategically chooses a place to cut the neck based on his years of experience and marks his cut with a straight edge and scribe. Using an angle gauge, he matches the angle of his mark from one side to the other. Once his marks are in place, he uses a grinder to cut a guideline all the way around the neck. He then uses a sawzall to finish cutting the neck the rest of the way through. Once the neck is cut, he uses a die grinder to deburr the inside of the neck. This is the backbone of the frame and will be where he secures his rake insert to the bike. Sean welds the rake insert into the piece of the neck that was removed. In preparation for his welds, he used a grinder with a sanding disc to clean the metal around the cut. The neck with the rake insert is slid into the backbone of the bike frame. He stabilizes the neck using clamps and angle iron and then reattaches the angle cube to the neck piece. He needs to make sure the angle of the neck is consistent with what he would need for a 23-inch wheel. Once he's satisfied with the angle of the neck, he uses a TIG welder to tack the neck assembly into position. The tacks will hold the piece firmly in place, allowing him to remove the clamps. He then proceeds to weld the rake insert securely to the backbone of the frame. Next he drills 4 holes on each side of the frame, all the way through the frame and partially into the rake insert. Again, using the TIG welder, he plug welds the holes to add extra strength. Once the welds have cooled, he uses a grinder to smooth out the metal. Now, using a piece of filler rod, Nate helps Sean mark the contour that the neck will follow, and uses a cutoff wheel of the grinder to remove the excess metal. Sean then uses a manila folder to make the templates for the filler pieces, ensuring that they are a snug fit. Nate then takes the templates and traces them onto a sheet of steel. He then uses a grinder to cut out each piece and uses a sanding wheel to clean the surface so that it is ready for welding. Sean then tacks the fabricated pieces into place and welds them securely to the frame. He welds all 4 pieces to the frame and then uses a sanding disc to smooth the surface of the frame. Now this bike has been successfully raked and stretched so that the trail is correct for a 23-inch wheel.